Hi, thanks for watching. So in this video, I wanted to share with you all the tactics that we use to increase the rank of a website to eventually get it up on the first page. What kind of traffic and search volume that these top sites are getting, along with the amount of new leads that would be coming directly into your business. So I've done a couple of searches here for the Pittsburgh area for HVAC, air conditioning, and furnace repair, and there's one pretty big player. Bomer seems to be coming up a lot, as well as a Philips heating and air conditioning. So I've just taken some of the top competitors here, as well as your own website, and I put everything into this tool that I use. And it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site that it uses to determine your position in the search results, and then ranks its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So just taking a quick look at some of these other competitors, we can see that there are some numbers that we need to make up, and there's others that you're obviously doing better than and still not outranking them. So let me go into a little bit further detail on what these mean and then how you can improve them. Now, the two different ways that Google uses to determine the ranking of a website, the first is the authority or trust that it has. Now, this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to it and create a link. So these, just to quickly give you an example, for say, if the local news station did an article on their website and said the top 10 best HVAC companies in the Pittsburgh area, and in that article the reader could click a link and it would bring them to your website, that's one backlink from one referring domain. Now, as you can see here, besides this one company, Bomer, which seems to be the top of most of the list, who has more backlinks, you actually should have more authority than these other two sites. So that could become a problem for two different reasons. The potential of where this is backlinking to, meaning what either page or keyword on your website that this is linking to isn't one of the top ranking keywords, or we have a problem with the second factor for ranking a website, which is the content on the page. So if we take a look here, these are all the words and phrases that are being typed into Google search that are being found on your page, as well as the volume, the number of times per month. So this is where we would do some research to try and find all the highest volume keywords at first, just to make sure that those are being included on the site. For instance, Pittsburgh HVAC is being searched 500 times. Right now, you're in the 14th position, which is going to put you on the second page of Google. If you were on the first, 500 people a month will be seeing your website. We're usually pretty cautious and conservative on our estimations, and going by Google Analytics, usually about 10% of total search volume can become a potential lead to the business. And then depending on the conversion rate and the close rate, and for obviously different services, it'll vary. But just the amount of volume coming in, you can see how it can definitely increase some revenue at the end of the month and the end of the year. And then that's just for one keyword. So we repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords relative to the services you offer and the areas you want to offer them in. However, there is a formula that Google uses to find these. So taking a look at your site, the layout is great. I mean, we've got all the information that the customer can want right at the top. It's obviously mobile optimized. We'll click the call. So everything is great there. Form submits that work. The thing that I'm looking at here that's an issue is the amount of content that's on the page. Now, Google, we usually recommend to clients to have a minimum of about 1,500 keywords on their homepage, because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. However, it is a competition, so therefore, if whatever the competition has, for instance, Bomer or another competitor, you have to put on more content than them. Now, also, the number of words really comes into play with the keywords, because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words of text. So in order to qualify for those keywords, we make sure we have enough supporting text for it. But what I'm seeing here is buyer intent keywords, meaning if somebody was saying, nobody is typing this in, but we want to have a keyword that has a specific location in it, because usually if somebody's typing, furnace repair Pittsburgh, they're looking to have that job done. They're not just looking up to see, get some information on furnace repair. They probably have a broken furnace, or they want to have a replacement done. So that's where we want to use proper header tagging and making sure that we're using those exact match keywords in these headers, because a lot of this has keywords in it. However, it's nothing that's buyer specific that people are going to want. And then even if we go into, say, that your service pages, same thing. We want to be making sure that all the header tags have buyer specific keywords, because they're plumbing maybe it says plumbing in Pittsburgh or plumbing in Allegheny County is a keyword, but it's not going to pick that up when it's just in a sentence like this. Also, I can say that as far as Bomer, what they're doing is each individual location, they're creating their own separate location page. So that way they have proper header tagging for that specific location. Whereas with yours, you have a list of locations, but there's no supporting content for it. So it's not going to pick up each and every single one of these without having content written specifically for it. So I really think that you've done a lot of off-page SEO to have as much backlinking and authority that your website probably needs to start. We could see exactly where these links are going to see if we need to anchor to a specific keyword or specific service. But I think a majority of your search volume can get increased just by optimizing the on-page experience and making sure we're, like I said, proper header tagging, just getting the proper keywords where they need to be with supporting content. And then if you want to start increasing traffic in certain areas, definitely creating individual location back pages for those. That way it'll help you rank in the map pack in here, because it'll be location relative specific in here. And then obviously if anybody's searching for that specific service in a different city or town other than Pittsburgh, it'll help you rank in the organic section as well. So I hope this shows you some information about how you can scale some of the online presence. If you guys have any questions or if you'd like us to go in any further detail, I'd be happy to speak with you or answer any questions that you have. Maybe we can talk about some of your goals for the business, and then we can do some research to see what it would take for you guys to reach those. So I do appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you.